You're tuned in to Nice-ish, the carnival-specific podcast that addresses chat-worthy topics straight off the Caribbean social scene. It's your one-stop spot to get all the information you need to be successful in this carnival-chasing lifestyle. You'll be filled with knowledge and getting updates from me, Sha, and other professionals in the field of Bacchanal. It's time to get nice.
You guys, Tia's here. She is still working at her boutique. So tell everybody who you are, what your name is, what your brand is, what you do, the origin story, all of that.
All right, so we can start. My name is Tia Wilson. I am the owner and founder of Village Me Vintage Boutique. Let's start with the origin. I've always, as long as I can remember, I think around middle school, I started getting into fashion, probably even before that. And by high school, I was just determined I was going to be a fashion designer.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to sew everything. Hands-on with everything. So in high school, I designed my prom dress as well. I got it made. I went down to the fabric district.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to just source fabric, got my fabric. And this is fresh out. I didn't know how to sew, but I was determined that I was going to at least design it and get someone to sew my ideas. My ideas are all mine. I'm sorry?
You can keep talking. I'm going to go.
Oh, so my ideas, I'm always brainstorming and dreaming of design. So everything that I see in the stores, I never like. It's always something that I want to rearrange, whether it's take off a sleeve or add some bling to it. I always got to change around anything that I buy. So it started with that. And then after designing my prom dress, I started feeling myself. I designed my sister's prom dress. I designed my cousin's prom dress. But the thing was, I never learned to sew until I want to say about, maybe 2013 or something. I enrolled finally at the Art Institute.
Oh.
I did the few semesters there where I learned the basics of sewing. I actually sewed my first dress there. And then from there, I didn't graduate. I didn't finish because it's very costly to go to Art Institute. It's a privately owned school here. So everything with the fees are off. As a matter of fact, they're closed down right now. And I was able to learn the basics of sewing.
Yeah.
So Village Me Vintage started off from a girl with a dream, that just always would wake up in the middle of the night dreaming of different ideas and designs. I would literally jot it down or draw it real quickly. And the next day when I woke up, I would actually make it more detailed so I don't forget my idea. Now, fast forward, Art Institute came. I learned the basics, how to sew. I got a few garments under my belt. And then my daughter went to, an Art Institute came when my daughter was actually about to graduate high school and go to college.
Mm-hmm.
So this is mommy now preparing, is back to me. I'm trying to get back, and get back into the things that I love doing before I had to put myself to the back burner and put her up front. So anyway, with that being said, ever since then, and she started school, ever since she started college, the minute she started college, I just went full force boutique, but not actual brick and mortar. I decided to do online boutique with Village Me Vintage, just to launch it in November of 2018, finally. But this is a long time coming. It's something I've always wanted to do. I just felt like it just almost seemed impossible. Not really impossible, but it was nowhere near in my near future that I could see because of everything else that took priority and seniority over it. So that's how it started.
And she's doing such a great job. I remember when it came out, I was like, oh my God, I got to buy something. I don't know where I'm going, but I got to buy it. And so you
were like my number one clientele, girl.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Thank you.
So do you have, I know the answer, but just for context purposes, do you still have a 9-to-5? And if so, how do you manage both?
Girl, I have a 9-to-5. And it's so funny. I have a 9-to-5, and when the devil knows that you are getting close to certain goals, and I'm only going to keep my 9-to-5 for a certain time,
Mm-hmm.
You have your timetable mapped out.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So anyway, I have a 9 to 5. I do work for Suffolk Construction on the project management team for the last 15 years. We do commercial, we do homes, schools, some of everything. It's a really big company. It's originally the main office, the corporate, it started in Boston. And now we actually have locations all over Boston, California, here in Florida, of course, Miami, Tampa, New York.
Mm-hmm.
New York. So one of these days I might, no, because I'm actually getting out of construction. But yeah.
Right. Speak the exit into existence. Mm-hmm.
I have a 9 to 5. It's actually a 7 to 4 because construction does start a lot earlier.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I wear the hard hat, the boots, everything. And it's hard. And the more in love that I feel and I fall, like not only in love, just the whole aspect of being a business owner now, of the demand with the boutique, I love it so much more, and it's now causing a lot of friction, a lot. Like I'm ready to just jump ship.
Yeah.
But Suffolk is mainly my main breadwinner here. Maybe I'm using it as a clutch. I don't know. I'm afraid to let go right now because especially with the quarantine too, this whole COVID. It's a lot of inconsistency and you know, people aren't shopping as much. Thank God I've actually remained open and I'm keeping my doors open, but it's hard. It's hard. Like eventually I'm gonna have to make a choice, a decision, and one is gonna have to go. But right now I'm gonna try to milk the two and get as much as I can out of it. With future plans that I have coming up, I kind of need both incomes, to be honest with you right now. But it's hard. As long as you try to, I can't have too much of a social life. I have to do less socializing right now, and I'm okay with making that sort of sacrifice. Because it's either don't socialize, you can socialize, but then I won't sleep. Right. So that's where I'm at. I'm not 100% happy, and I'm really not 100% myself with construction because of the boutique is pulling me more, and I'm a lot more excited, especially with all the demands and everything. Suffolk is going to be to an end soon. I'm just really trying to stand my ground and hold out, but it's too much. It's too much. And you can't really dedicate and put your all into something if you're being pulled in different places.
Yep, I know.
You're just gonna half-ass everything, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
my Suffolk work is now to me. I shouldn't even be saying this on camera. We got to make sure we post this. Not for my job to see.
Yeah,
but it's like I'm slacking. Like my work, my quality of work is diminishing, and it's because I'm spread too thin. I am.
Got you. Listen, folks, listen to what she's saying, but it's true. It's like, okay, if you have all these things going on, something is going to get neglected, right? And what do you want? And because this is a dream that you have that has come true, we know that it's not going to be that, right? So, what was I going to say? So you talked about, so essentially, actually, let me go back. Do you see yourself like adding like a men's section to your boutique, or do you see it just remaining for the ladies?
You know what? I have a lot of friends that have been, Tia, when are you going to come up with the guys stuff? A lot. And it's something I would be interested in, honestly. I'm not a person that likes to put myself in any type of limit. I feel I can do anything, you know? That's it. That's just me. But eventually, I wouldn't mind. Not only men, I wouldn't mind. I really, really, really want to get into like boys, little boys.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like the industry, every time you go to shop, you can find the cutest little things for girls. But for boys, it's like they tripping. Like
they never get the love.
It's not cute stuff. And I would like to do some cute little stylish, dapper-like clothes. You know, that type of style for boys. I wouldn't mind doing that, but men, definitely. I wouldn't mind expanding to and doing men. But right now, I really want to just I want to really embrace fully in the women and begin to like really, I want to know it with my eyes closed inside out before I take on any other, you know,
Mm-hmm.
any other style clothing. If I can't fully understand women and women's clothing and how it fit, I'm already now learning the plus size, how it works, how, you know, what fits good on their bodies, what, you know, what makes them feel good, what they like, what's comfortable to them. So I think men, it would be the same sort of learning experience.
Research, yeah.
And I don't want to just take on more than you see. I have enough right now with the job. Maybe when I get rid of Suffolk, yeah, but that's eventually I wouldn't mind doing that. I would.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we just got into fall. What on your end are you seeing as some trends in like fashion and colors, and what themes are there?
Yes, so definitely with the fall. Since the whole COVID thing, I noticed people are requesting a lot more cozy comfort sets, biker sets, anything they don't want anything too tight and restricted. And, you know, everyone wants comfort. And they also don't want a lot of dressy, because a lot of places are still closed. Well, Florida, I don't know if where are you? New York? New Jersey? Connecticut.
All over. I've been to all those places.
Girl, because I don't follow you, and I was like, is she in New York? The first time when I started following you, weren't you in New Jersey or something?
I was Jersey first. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, oh wait, I got off track. What were we talking about?
The trends.
Okay, so the trends. So everyone wants comfort cozy.
Yeah.
A lot. So anything that's loose fitting, that's just can stretch and move around with the body with ease, they love it. They also, the colors that I like for fall, it's a lot of the mint, the olives, there's one that's called mauve. I don't know why they call it mauve, because it looks more,
it's like a pink, in between like a pink and a
kind of purplish,
yeah,
but it's more like a not almost like how the mint is more like a pastel type, but it's more toned down, earthy colors. They love that. The beiges, of course, the whites are back, and it wasn't meant. No, you can wear white after.
I remember that day. You know, it was that movie that did it.
Yes,
it was Serial Mom. I think it was that movie. One of those old '90s movies, and the mother in the film, who was a serial mom, ended up killing someone because they were wearing like white after Labor Day.
She took it real serious.
At least, so that's how I remember it. But I'm like, okay, that's not a thing anymore.
No, not at all. Mm-mm.
No. What's one part of, random question, what's one part of entrepreneurship that you could do without?
The fact that I can never just close and turn off my mind. I am always, I can be out. I'm going to give you a prime example. I went to Jamaica like 2 weeks ago, just to wind down. I went with my parents, my boyfriend, my niece. And I kept saying, I'm not going to do any work. This is just going to be relaxation. I'm not even going to do any photos. Forget all of it. No, girl. I am always seeing scenery and this and that. This will be great content. This will be great content. Girl, I work the whole time. And then it's how I sleep at night. I wake up. I'm in the middle of the night. I go to the bathroom. God forbid if I have to go to the bathroom. Once I come back, I'm thinking of every single thing.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
I can't shut it off. And it's also due to the fact that I feel like I need a larger team because I need help. I'm gonna have to source out help right now. So I think of things that need to be done and I can't execute it fast enough. So that's one of the things why I never shut off my brain. It's just always something that I want to accomplish.
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn it off. I don't.
I don't think you can.
Wine at night. Nah, I just use the bathroom more.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I've tried as well. So like I have notes like everywhere. So whether it's in my phone or on the planner, somewhere I have to write things down so that I don't forget. And there will be times where it's like, in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. Or you're watching something, you get inspired by whatever. Like, yeah, there's always tabs open
Right.
in my brain. Some more business related questions, I guess. Give us like maybe 2 or 3 of the lessons that you learned going through the process, like as a new business owner, especially a brick and mortar.
Yeah, I got some good ones. I started off in the beginning, and of course, you know, any new business owner, you can't pay for models, you can't pay for anything. You need help every area for a good. I want to say it takes a good couple of years to start building your brand. So I had a bad habit of I always try to like compensate people from like either giving them clothes. I just gave away a lot of stuff for free. And I realized that when you're starting out, you can't necessarily do that, even though you have to, because it helps, and you have to give people some sort of incentive that they will want to come back to assist you. But I think I would have done less of that, because instead of me seeing anything or any comeback or profit or anything, I felt like I took a harder hit in the beginning, where I felt like I was doing so much work, but bringing in so little. I got so little rewards from it. And it's because I was giving out as fast as I was getting it. And it just wasn't a good business a business thing to do at all. It put me back. But yeah, it set me back. I would definitely do that differently. And I do not mix I don't really like to mix business with family and friends. I try to keep it, you know, it's a lot easier to hire someone that is not your family, because family will come with the excuses or, oh, I was running, you know, late. They're a lot more laid back with you. They already know, okay, the most you'll do is be mad for a minute, but we're family, you know? Yeah. I wouldn't mix business at all with family, very little. And lastly, I probably wouldn't, I wouldn't obsess so much with the likes and with like the likes and the big
social
following
media
on Instagram.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. I obsessed over that in the beginning, to the point where I would literally call my family out and, is something wrong with your fingers? You can't double tap? Like, come on, show me some love. Because people, in my mind, the whole social media honestly does work around hype. If they come to your page and they notice, oh my goodness, she is popping, she got this amount of followers, you know, hundreds of likes, this person has to be legit. If not, they kind of think, well, maybe this is not a legit business. Maybe it's some sort of, you know, bogus. And my family, I would try to tell them, y'all don't realize that liking and that sharing, that's support. And that's building and causing a ripple effect and the waves to start, you know, and people notice things like that. As shallow as it may sound, people notice that. And that's what gets people to even notice you, or for their attention to even turn to you. That's what I thought. So I would promise you, I would have like anxiety over it and get really in my feelings about my friends not double tapping and supporting or sharing. I took it to heart.
Yeah.
I did.
So I just
real talk.
I just had so I recorded a video that I never posted. I recorded like maybe 2 weeks ago, because September like 14th was like the 6th year that I was doing this, whatever. So that was one of the last point you brought up about, you know, the numbers. That was one of my lessons from just being in business. Like, it's not about the numbers. Like, just because people aren't liking it, just because people aren't commenting, just because, it doesn't mean that that you're not seen, right? It doesn't mean that your brand and your product isn't of quality. Don't look at the numbers. Because I know sometimes I'll be scrolling by something and I might comment, but I never like it. Or I might like it, but I'll keep scrolling depending on what mood I'm in. You know what I mean? Like, I may not feel like double as simple as it might be. So I was like, you know what? It's not about the numbers, because I might go somewhere, and just when I think that nobody's listening to the podcast or nobody's reading the blogs, and then someone will say, "Oh my God, I do this. I don't have Instagram, or I don't have this, but I know." I'm like, "Oh, well, that helps." And also the friend thing, right? Because a lot of times I think we assume it goes both ways. Like, we might assume that because we're friends with people, they're supposed to support us or supposed to, right? And they're not, right? But the same that they shouldn't be expecting deals and coupons and stuff from us, because we have, you know what I mean? I was like, so it goes both ways. So yeah, definitely don't look at the numbers. It's likely that your biggest supporters are people that you don't know, right? Like,
no, you're right. And
that's how it is for me. And I don't take it personally. It doesn't mean that my friends don't love me if they've never bought anything from me. I know that there's different ways for them to show support. They could share, they could put whatever in their stories, but whatever. It's not a personal thing at all. Yeah. So you mentioned that you went to Jamaica. First, actually, no. Yeah, you mentioned that you went to Jamaica. How was that experience of traveling? Because was that the first time that you traveled since COVID happened, like abroad?
It was.
That, like, because, a lot of people on the podcast most of the people who listen to the podcast are carnival junkies and travelers, and a lot of us haven't been overseas in a long time.
Right.
And are curious to know, like, what was that like? Was it tedious? Was it easier than expected? Weird, like, did you stay like in a hotel? Like, whatever you are willing to share.
All right. Well, I went for the first time. I was actually supposed to go to Jamaica March 19th. That was the day after they closed everything. All right. So I missed the March 19th trip to Jamaica, and it was supposed to be like a whole couples thing. So we were expecting to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, didn't go to that. Fast forward, COVID is here. September 3rd, I decided to go to Jamaica. All right. Leading up to Jamaica, of course, you can't enter Jamaica or you can't travel without a negative COVID test. All right. That you have to obtain no more than 7, or they told me 7 days. They didn't give me the 10-day one. It has to be no more than 7 days. That's it. So luckily, I have a coworker whose family member owns an urgent care. The only thing is, this urgent care is pretty far from where I live. But from where I work, it's closer. So my family, because I said I went with my mom and my dad, my boyfriend and my niece, and they all went to this urgent care, which is about 45 minutes from our homes. And we drove to this urgent care just so we don't have to wait in line. It was just go in and out. So we did it. All right, we explained to the doctors that this test is a specific test. To enter Jamaica, they're requesting for a PCR test, PCR COVID test. It's a COVID test, but they're looking for the term PCR. All right, I explained that to the doctor. He said, no, we're familiar with it. We do the COVID test all the time for travel. You're good. We did the test. I then had to take my results, and before we could fly, we had to upload those results onto some Jamaica national something .org site. I'll get it for you. Traveling site for Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so once you enter it, you then have to wait for someone on their end to review your test, review how long you're planning on entering their country and staying for, as well as you have to, when you do travel, you have to stay in quarantine. Even if you're showing them a negative test, which I thought made no sense. You're making me get this test. You're allowing me to enter your country because the test shows that I am negative. But when I get to your country, I have to stay in my hotel and not leave. All right, so that part was frustrating. It gets worse. After we submitted the paperwork, right? And mind you, this is 3 days before travel. All right? Because the first set of paperwork I submitted 6 days before travel, I was declined to enter Jamaica. I was declined. Not the I was declined, girl. They declined me and stated that your test results are not valid. It needs to be from an accredited and valid lab. So, of course, when I took that to the doctor, he was highly offended. Like, what do you mean I'm not accredited? I am a doctor. This is my urgent care. It's not more. But he was like, all right, for shit's sake, I will send them. So he sent a copy of his accreditation, I guess.
Wow.
That shows his name, that he's a doctor, the name of his business, his practice, all of that. The doctor, and because it's like I said, it's my co-worker's family member, they're like going above and beyond to do this. All right, so he sent me that, and he said, okay, so I don't know if this is legal or not, but this is, he basically said, I'm confused. Why are they saying this is not a valid COVID test? There's no other test to take. This is the COVID test. Anyone that's in the medical profession reading this will know exactly what it is. He was like, are they having actual medical people review this or just administrative people? So that was a question. So fine, he manipulated it and just he added the word PCR COVID test. They accepted mine. Mind you, he did this, edit this for me, my boyfriend, my parents as well, okay? He fixed it. So I submitted my paperwork for myself and my boyfriend. I emailed my mom. She got her results with the revised paperwork. She submitted it. Why? They approved me, declined my mother, same test. So it was like, and this is the night their test results and me trying to upload their test results was the night before our trip.
Oh my goodness. Our
flight is 8:00 in the morning. I'm on the phone. I'm literally uploading things at 1:00 in the morning, trying to re-upload and then type to them, explaining, you approved me. I'm confused as to why you're not approving my parents, but let me go ahead and re-upload it again. Maybe. And I'm just trying to like play the game, and I'm letting you know. Well, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I forgot to include all attachments. Right. Here you go, playing that role. You know, they came back and approved us 3:00 in the morning. Same effing paperwork.
First of all, I'm just glad that people were on it. Around, it seems like they were actually people there to help customer service around the clock, which was good because on a normal day, you know, you'd be like waiting 2 weeks for somebody to get back to you, and you know, international and all that. So there's comfort there.
Yeah, it is. So at that point, you know, we're like, okay, we didn't get no sleep, but it's fine. We're all going on. We're gonna have a good time. So that worked out. That headache was over behind us. Get to the airport, smooth sailing. Miami International was very organized. It was literally fast. Actually, I was quite shocked, quite impressed. Literally but it could have been the time I was traveling. It was early morning. Our flight was at 8. I think we got there 6 a.m. So either way, that's not a real good judgment on, you know, because of the time I went. But that's fine. What I experienced, it was smooth, it was quick, it was very organized. It was just like any other flight, to be honest with you. And I love the fact that we flew on JetBlue and all the middle seats, it was empty. So you had a person, you had no one in between you. So they kind of like spread you out that way. It was perfect. Smooth flight. We got down to Jamaica. I have never seen such organization. And people would think because it's like a third world country or, you know, someplace. No, they were on top of it. They were so COVID, like, took precautions in every area, okay? They had hand sanitizing stations everywhere. Matter of fact, when you got off the plane, they took you to, you know how, I don't know if you ever flew into Montego Bay, but when you normally get off, you go down this little ramp, and then you kind of go to where the whole immigration part is, and it's usually wild, chaotic, and lots of lines. No, they literally had 6, I want to say by 4x4 tables, 4 feet tables, with 2 seats, 2 on the other side, and it had to be at least 30 stations like that. So you're in a line and it's going quickly because it's a lot of stations set up. Before you go sit down, they spray this after everyone gets up. They spray the station down, they wipe it down, then they call the next person. But because it's like 30 tables, it's going fast.
Yeah.
You're not waiting in line long. They sit down there, they sit you down, they ask you a series of questions. How do you feel? They take your temperature. They do. They go over your paperwork. They want to know exactly where you're going. And then once you leave that location, you get your bags. And once you get your bags, I'm lying. Right before you get your bags, you have to then check into another station. Guess that check-in does. They take your phone from you and they download an app on your phone.
Oh.
That app required daily. When you get notified, you have to respond to the notification on that app with a video. They want to see where you're at when you're taking this video, girl. With a video. Girl, they want to make sure you are not on their beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they make you take a video, and you can only upload a video when they request it. I learned that the hard way. I was trying to be slick, you know. Yeah. So anyway, you have to state your name. You have to also state how do you feel. Do you have any symptoms or anything? And then you just submit. Now on the app, it's a tracking app. They can see where you're at. So if you put in a location that, like for instance, we stayed at my parents own a Airbnb in the Grill. It's called Cartagena, as mommy would say, Aqueducts. So we stayed at this 2-bedroom, 2-bath Airbnb, and everyone else, they did not put the app on their phone. Only me. The person who used their phone the most, me. Y'all want to try to restrict me with my phone? Come on now. Yeah, so they put it on my phone. They didn't put it on my boyfriend's phone. And I think the guy probably did that, kind of like looking out, because he knew we were going on vacation. He knew, because my first question is, okay, so when we can't leave the hotel, how do we get food? The lady looked at me and said, do you have someone that can bring it for you? Girl, I don't know nobody here. No. Y'all got Uber? I don't know what you're saying to me. Like, but it was one of those. So anyway, the app was on my phone, was not on anyone else's phone. That's the one thing I noticed that they did. And then the first 2 days I was there, I got notifications as far, and I uploaded. First day, I should say, the day after. That was it. After that, I tried to check in myself. Say, okay, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to check in, let them know I'm good, and then I'm out. Girl, I thought that was the best way to do it. Honey, when I went to try to upload my video and be, all on time and on point and beat them to it, you get a notification that says, we did not ask you to upload anything at this time. When we request for you to submit your... So I'm there trying to use
Leave it to the West Indian ass. I can't.
I was there really trying to use my...
I asked you for information? Oh, so why are you sending this to me?
I asked you for anything.
Answer until I come to you.
Girl.
Too fast.
This app is well bright and faced. Girl, well, whatever. So mommy's like making it. Girl, I would do like Medea and put that phone and tie it around the cat neck and have the cat run up all around the apartment, the Airbnb, and let's go.
Oh, this is intense. Oh my God.
It was that's what traveling abroad was. But don't get me wrong. Even with that,
it was worth it, I bet. Yeah.
It was so worth it. And honest to God, after that first day when I submitted what they requested, they never hit me back up. But I will say, everywhere that we went, they knew we were American. And they acted like we had the plague. Like, girl, worse than if they heard Miami? Oh my God. I came from Fort Lauderdale and we're like high in cases. They were like, dude, I got a COVID test. When did you get a COVID test? I guarantee you did not. But they look at you like, no, you got that shit.
Oh my goodness.
They do.
Oof.
But it was cool. I mean, we the first day, like I said, I submitted the video. Nobody harassed me after that. We went to the beach. We went all over. And on the beach, you saw lots of Americans. But the thing is, if you have a hotel on the beach, you are allowed to utilize the beach. My Airbnb is like 3 minutes from the beach. So that was why I could have gotten in trouble. And they will find you. They will find you up to $1 million Jamaican dollars. They can. So it's a risk I probably take again. I think it's more to scare you. I don't know. It just seems like it's more to scare you in, but
it's working over here because I'm like, I guess I'm good. I'll wait a little bit. I feel like I'm through all that. Oh my.
Yeah, man.
So
but I had a good time, and it was
good.
Needed. It was needed.
Good. Good.
Let's go, Shaw. Let's go.
I'm going somewhere. I don't know where my first international trip is. I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure something out before my birthday. But I am doing like local stuff, but it's like local. I'm getting on my first plane this coming week.
Oh.
But I'm gonna come to the store. Not this week. We'll get offline. I can't be telling everybody my business.
Yeah, don't, girl.
I'm coming to the
real. Oh my God. Are you really? You got me excited. Stop playing.
I'm coming to the shop. Okay. Totally forgot about that. So yeah, I'm taking like these like mini staycations within the nation. And then once I do these local domestic plane experiences, then I'll experiment with going abroad. So we're gonna switch into island gear for a second, and we're gonna do the this or that little mini game. But tell everyone about your Caribbean roots, if any.
Okay, I do have Caribbean. I'm a mutt, real bad. I'm a Caribbean mutt. Okay. All right. Well, I was born in Brooklyn. I was raised in Miami from like maybe 12. I came here in Miami, and now I live in Fort Lauderdale. But my mom is from Guyana. However, she grew up in Brooklyn from she was 6 years old. We went to the same elementary school in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's cute.
PS 181, what's up? Yeah, we sure did. We went to the same elementary in Brooklyn, and my biological father is Trinidadian. I don't know him. I must have met him once. He in New York. However, when the family moved when I was young and we came to Florida, I lost complete contact. My family members lost contact. I never really knew him. So he's Trinidadian, and my stepfather, who I did grow with, he's Jamaican, and that's how I actually ended up living in Jamaica. I went to high school for 2 years in Jamaica. So yeah, I'm a mutt.
Okay, because that helps, because I'm like, I feel like I don't want to say anything wrong, because I feel like I've seen her with multiple flags, and I can't say
I really only rep. That's so bad. I rep only. You know what? Guyana. That's it. But I do big up Jamaica on Jamaica.
You do all the time.
I do. But the bad part is everybody telling me, Tia, you're still technically Trinidadian. You need to rep. That's still part of you. I don't know. I guess because I didn't grow with him. I don't know. But I rep Guyana harder than Guyana and Jamaica, I would say.
Yeah, I see that.
Bad. But now I'm kind of like feeling into my Trinidadian side a lot more. Since I've been with my boyfriend, he's Trini, and if we can go on a vacation every month, he would only pick Trinidad. I promise. I'm not joking. You can say, let's go to Tulum, let's go to Bali, let's go, no, let's go to Trinidad.
No place like home.
So I'm getting more into it though. I am. I love Trinidad. I always have friends in Trinidad, but for some reason, I don't know. I just never really relate to that part as far as that it's part of me. I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know much about. I can't say I don't know much about it. I'm learning. I know a lot more now, but because I didn't actually grow.
Yeah, I understand.
In that, yeah.
Same way. My mother's from Turks and Caicos. That's where I was born in Boston. They shipped me over there. She shipped me over there like 6 months or so. And I stayed over there for a little bit. But my father's from Tortola, and I've never been. I actually have to get there. So I'm working
listen, my cousin lives over there. I'm dying. She just, as a matter of fact, today, she was like, y'all need to come to Virgin Islands.
So I need to get, I was like, so I don't rep. I was like, because I don't know about it. And then I'm bad because, yes, I could take the time to sit down and learn things, but it's not the same as
growing
somewhere and growing up there. Like, you can ask me stuff about Grand Turk and Mexico, I got you, but I can't tell you anything. So I'm not going to sit up here and rep this flag like I know it for real. So
I do know how to cook the food though. I
got that.
Into Trinidadian food. I do know how to cook the food, girl. I could make a mean dal and rice. When I tell you a meat, you couldn't tell me I'm not born, bred everything in Trinity. But yeah, I'm like you. I don't know much about other than Carnival.
Right. All right. So let's talk about that a little bit. So we're gonna play this or that. I want to ask 4 questions. Well, 4 little nuggets. All right. So first, since we talked about Jamaica a little bit, this or that, reggae or dance hall?
Okay, clarify. What's the difference? I know dance hall, but reggae, like as far as who? What type of music?
Like reggae, I'm talking Barris and.
Okay. I'm reggae. I don't know. I'm a moody person because I get in the mood for dance hall. I done tried to get on my head top before, okay? That's how much I love dance hall. But my the most go-to would be reggae. Okay. I like a more mellow, kickback, irie, chill type setting. I do.
Got you. I think then I think I'm more dance hall. Yeah.
Really?
Definitely. I would have to be in a certain zone for reggae. Like, I don't always want to listen to it because, I think I love it, but I always gravitate towards dancehall more than.
Really? See, and I have uncles that are like Rasta. So I think that's why I gravitate to reggae more. It's more conscious, more relaxed, not the jump up, hype up. But I get in the mood for both, bro. I've always been into my lady song.
Yeah, yes.
I love my dance hall. I do.
A ratchet.
That was a big thing.
Okay, this or that. We'll step into fashion a little bit. Fall or summer?
Summer.
Why?
I don't like clothes. I don't like to feel, I just like to be comfortable. I do. And the older I get, I don't want all that stuff on me. You have gone shopping in the wintertime. In New York, I would always go visit my family. And by the time I come out of the mall with the coat and the sweater and the layers, my shoulders, everything hurt. My feet hurt. My feet are tired of being closed. Summer, honey, all day.
Okay.
Beanie and some flip-flops. We're good.
It's true. There's more things I like about summer than I do fall. I think fall is just fall fashion, but I don't really want to sit in it. Like, I could just take a couple pictures, right? And then that'd be it. But for summer, I think I'm true to like my island self. Like, if I could walk barefoot all day outside, I would. Like, I don't like shoes. I don't like sneakers. So I got sad because I'm like, dang, I got to put these Chucks on. I don't really want to. So yeah, I love a flip flop. I don't like clothes either. And what was the other thing I was about to share? I think the only thing that traumatized me this summer was my eczema flare up, which was due to the heat.
It flares up worse in the summer?
It's extreme temperature, so it's either extreme heat or extreme cold.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
that. So summer is not okay. The summer was sucked. So, but other than that, I think I'm definitely a summer person. Get to go outside and be one with nature and
I'm very outdoorsy. I'm an outdoors person, especially anything on the water, especially. Yeah, I'm not too woodsy because I really don't like wildlife critters. Yeah. But if I can be high up in the mountains type woodsy, I'm okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less jungle. Or if the jungle is an organized jungle where I have room to walk and there's room, I don't want to be boxed in with all kinds of wildlife. I'm afraid of wildlife. I am.
Organized jungle. Okay, well, just let's not do that.
But I've always wanted to go camping.
Oh, that's on my fall list. I need to go back. It's fun.
Always wanted to. I've never done it. My mom and my family used to do it all the time in New York, but I've never experienced it ever.
It's a good time. I gotta
one time. Girl Scouts.
Hey, Troop 9410 over here.
Girl, I don't remember all of that, but I was a Girl Scout for a very short time.
Mine was long, but anyway, okay. Okay, back to carnival life. Frontline or backline?
You know what? I like frontline. No, I'm lying. I don't like all that crap. I want to be free. I want to jump up. I don't want to be restricted. That I'm going to lose the backpack. I'm not going to lose it. I'm just going to leave it.
Leave it at the hotel.
I don't like all the extra fuss. I don't. But I would not mind doing it like the next time they open up. I think I would want to do it because I know it probably, I'm winding down from carnival.
Right.
Playing mass. So now that I'm winding down, I feel like I want to go all out for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go out with a bang, I guess. But I would to jump up and enjoy. No, I don't want all that front line. It's cute for pictures. Other than that, you can't really enjoy.
It's very true.
Carnival. You gotta darn back everything. The wheel. I ain't able with all that. I just want to go. Well, that's Queen with the wheels. But I just want to go and enjoy. And not stab somebody with my damn extra stuff.
Or be stabbed. Yes, exactly. There was 2017 in JA with Peony Wally. I thought my costume came with feathers or whatever, but it didn't. And at first I was bummed, but then by the end of the day, I was like, this was the best road experience.
No. You see that though? I don't like that. And that is what disappoints me with carnival nowadays. I don't like the fact that they just give you the bikini. You still.
I didn't make the selection. There were wings.
Right.
I thought I got the costume that had the wings with it.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
You're saying that it should be like standard, period.
The basic costume, you have to buy, like, you don't get wings, you don't get not one feather. No, I don't agree with that at all. I do not like that. I think that is wrong, because carnival is about feathers. It's about something, a headpiece, feathers on your foot. You can't have carnival without feathers, some kind of feathers. Like, I just feel like I'm being robbed. And then they're hella expensive, but yet still wear my feathers. You know, so it's like I didn't want a bikini alone. I can wear a bikini. I want some feathers, head, arm piece, something. Give me some feathers, something. But I don't need a big old backpack. Small little collar, but I need feathers. Yeah, something. I never did it completely naked like that. So you experienced that.
And I loved. Did I have the little thing? Yeah, no, I didn't have any feathers at all, but it worked out. I think I would have probably. It's just for photos, but even with the collar, sometimes it's like I can't even see in my peripheral because the little collar is there. It's distracting and annoying. But it doesn't mean I don't want it to bring back home and do stuff with. But I think, people have the right idea when they leave it at the hotel or what have you. Yeah. But it's blessing and a curse, essentially. Yeah,
it is.
As far as fetes go, and I think I'm going to keep this question consistent with each.
All right.
So, cooler fete or all inclusive?
I'm going to be real honest. For some reason, because my hand pouring the liquor at cooler fete, they usually rolling me out on the cooler. Like, I'm done. Like, but I always have the most fun at a cooler fete for some reason. I think, but I love a good all-inclusive. But I think cooler fete for me, I get my money's worth with a cooler fete.
Of course.
I enjoy. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Same here. I never used to care for, I only used to really go to all-inclusives for the food, because back in the day, I didn't really drink like that, or whatever I drank, it was very selective. And so if it wasn't a cooler Fete, or if the bar didn't have certain things, that I really wouldn't like drink it. I wasn't like a Henny or a Johnny Walker person. It was just like, no, I want coconut rum, pineapple juice, that type of drink that's not gonna make me fall on my ass. So I love cooler Fetes because I could just bring what I want, put some snacks in there as well, and you have to worry about anything. But for all-inclusives, it's like, all right, if I'm going to do this all-inclusive, I need to get there when it opens so that I can get access to all the food, don't have to wait in line, get my pictures before everybody else comes. Because, usually they're, kind of like upscale parties or whatever. So you're like dressed to impress and all that. So, yeah, there's a time and a place for all-inclusive, but you can never go wrong with the cooler Fete.
I have the most fun in cooler Fete. And plus, you're pouring, you're gauging it yourself.
Yourself. And you don't have to go to the bar. You don't have to go to the bar.
No. That's why I'm always drunk. That's why I always waste. One time I never forget. I was with a friend of mine, and walking out of the cooler Fete at the end of the night, I was gone. And I literally, in the most poised, ladylike manner, there's a garbage can right at the gate when you go out. I was like, and throwing up in the garbage. And then as a joke, since I work construction, when I get like that, what we all do, I'll go in my trunk and get my hard hat. And it's like a joke riding home with a hard hat. That's how wasted I was. Hard hat driving home.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah. Cooler Fete. All
right, girly. We have come to the end of our conversation. Can you share with the listeners where they can find you on social media, where your shop is, the brick and mortar, online, all that jazz?
Yes. So once again, my name is Tia with Village Me Vintage Boutique. I am located in Coral Springs, Florida. I do have a brick and mortar as well as online. You can come to the brick and mortar at 7522 Wiles Road, and it's Suite 101B in Coral Springs. This is also a suite that has everything it's a one-stop shop. So if you want your nails done, hair done, wig done, lashes done, we do it all. Teeth whitened, we do it all here. So you can come visit us, come visit me at the boutique, or feel free to go online at villagemevintage.com. Online, or you can follow me on Instagram at Village Me Vintage, as well as Facebook at Village Me Vintage. And you're able to shop on Instagram, Facebook, or on the website, or here at the store. But definitely support your girl. I'm here for you, and I do answer any styling advice, any styling questions that you have. If you need me to style you for a particular event, I also offer that service as well. villagemevintage.com. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for
shameless plugs. I love it. Great job. That was good. You just wrapped all that in there. And Tingz Nice is going to have jewelry there as well. So that's working in the background right here. All right.
Let's do it, girl. Let's do it.
Okay. And we're going to sidebar, and I'm going to tell you about where I'm going. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Shar.
Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of Nice-ish. As always, I'm grateful for your time and attention. Stay plugged in by subscribing to this podcast, my website, tingznice.com, and following me on all social media platforms. Visit the show notes for all the links and the plugs related to this episode. If you ever have questions about anything we discuss on the show, be sure to hit me up at info@tingznice.com. And remember, sharing is caring, so please pass this podcast on to anyone you believe will benefit from the information. I'm going to check you all later.